Okay, so here's the very short after action report for a 3-minute and 35-second fight. So for the previous 2 hours before this point, Vern had organized the patrol basically, and it's very similar to his first Albatross patrol. We're just going around Origin, around the map border, having a look, this, that, and the other. Me and Red were the scout team for his gunboat. And what we did was we had to contest with at least 8 separate Warden Scout teams that attempted to set up listening kits or breach the harbor defenses. And actually, a couple of them got through in the Sable port. So me and Red were running around all over the place trying to identify all these contacts. We also actually jumped into the borders of Stemmer Landing and Westgate conducting reconnaissance. So for the previous 2 hours, just before this point, me and Red had a pretty good lay of the land of what the situation was. We knew that the Wardens had deployed at least a small fleet of about 3 to 5 gunboats in Westgate up here in this northern border. We knew they had at least 5 to 7 at Japan, the Japan beach at Desolation Beach. And just prior to this, 3 Warden gunboats had crossed across the border into Origin and started attacking us. That's when we lost our first gunboat. That's when I called in the QRF. So we redeployed to the seaport at Origin. We got all the boats ready in pretty much record time. I assumed the command of the operation, so it's just me and Byrne, 2 gunboats. We went out, and it's at this point I made the decision to cross into Stemma because, one, morale was pretty low because we were sitting around just chasing Warden scout boats for a good 2 hours. A lot of people were pretty bummed out about that. And in my mind, calculating wise, we could already see that it had already taken Longstone and Whitewick. So whatever force they had deployed there in the past 2 hours, I'm pretty sure that they either went home or they were too preoccupied trying to consolidate their gains. As for the invasion of the beachhead, that's been going on for 5 days now, so I don't really expect them to try to do anything different. So knowing that 3 gunboats had already crossed and were destroyed, I figured now is the chance that we may have an opportunity to try and do something at the Japan, because there's no way they have any more assets deployed, right? Yeah, that was the first mistake there. Now, me and Paul had crossed over first. Vern's ship was a little bit behind, I think by a good 10-15 seconds or so. So the moment we cross, first thing I do, check the surroundings. Now, the bino range of this thing is only about 220 meters or so. So I checked the border to the northwest, um, southwest, northeast, and also up to Base Sagita. Now, I'm pretty sure I know what happened. At least, and Paul can attest to this because he was the first one that saw them coming up. We're pretty sure that these 3 gunboats were probably part of the raiding parties that we know usually camp the southern side of Alchemia. Because I checked the southwest part of the border all the way up to 220 meters and then started looking around before looking at Base Sagita, which is where the footage starts taking off. You have to take into account that Warden gunboats are extremely fast. They're faster than our guys. And if you watch the previous video where Red took his first gunboat off the Wayne, you can see how fast Warden gunboats at full speed can cross. If they were just outside the range of the binos and they were going at full speed along the map border, they could have closed the distance in the time that when I stopped looking and started looking at Basic Eater, they got the drop in on us right then and then. We were just that unlucky. It's ridiculous how unlucky that we have been so far in all our naval operations in Stemmer Landing. We have always been jumped by superior enemy naval forces, but this is the one time that we finally turned the tables on them. And I'll just walk you through my thought process as the fight occurred. Burn, we're gonna go southwest, head up to the coast of Japan, and then we'll check out the beachhead.
Behind us. Taking gunfire.
Contact 3 gunboats. Hard left rudder. So I don't bother calling out the azimuth there per se, because Paul, who's the driver, he's the most important guy that needs to know. Second, of course, is the gunner. But because the gunner can only point forward in the 273-degree arc. It's no reason to give him the information at this point in time. There's no need because he's nothing he can do about it at this point in time. So I just start maneuvering pole. That's the most important thing to do first. And then judging by the situation of how it occurred, we were a little bit out of formation. So we were off to the left. And I think only the first gunboat saw us and started taking pot shots at us. That was the machine gun fire. But they pretty much ignored us for the first part of the engagement. They went straight for Vern and the other colonial gunboat that crossed with us, which had a minimum crew of like 3 guys. So I wasn't expecting much from them, but they gave the enemy something else to shoot at, which is like the most important part of teamwork in a war game. And Vern got swarmed. But as I've been saying in the chat so far, Vern managed to get all of 3 of his guns firing at something, right? And those ATRs deal a ton of damage. So basically, at this point, the 3 warden gunboats are trying to focus down Vern and the other guys, so they have their fire split up. Vern is just blasting away, all guns blazing at everything and anything that he can see. This set us up very nicely for the kind of maneuvers that we're about to pull off here. Gonna stand by at the azimuth 025. Out left for the helm, make your course 035.
Oh, fuck off.
Helm, make your course 019. Gunner, stand by 015. Okay, so 2 things here. First, my crew is completely vet stacked, as most people would say. I've got everyone here has been part of like 3 ops or so. Everyone has been under my command for the last 5 days or so. They know how I talk and react and kind of orders that I give. I know the capabilities of all of my guys. I've got Red in the gunner seat. He's the most dependable man I know in Foxhole. He's been with me for a full year now. I know exactly where I want him at any one point in time, and he pretty much knows what I expect of him at any one point in time, especially in combat. Pole, I haven't known that long, but we've played since the Death Branch for destroyers. He's a very capable helmsman, and I've commanded him on at least 5 ops now, I think. So he knows how I want things going. Basically, he sort of, me and him, we got that synergy going. The rest of the crew, all pretty much veterans of gunboat operations. They know what to do, how to man the guns, what the arcs are, especially when we lose Hairless very early on in the first engagement here. We got one guy just jumped right on the gun, started manning it, and started blasting away. So I've got a very good crew, very experienced. Everybody pretty much got good synergy. So that's the first point I wanted to raise. The second point here is that we're not going for the closest target here because he's going away. All right, he's going away. Granted, they are able to deploy 2 weapon systems on us. The 360 turret can hit us, and this rear turret gunner guy can hit us, but they're far enough away that they're not really a threat, and they're moving away, which is why I'm focusing on the other gunboat that had turned towards us to the right. We lost Vern.
Already? Shit.
Okay, so right here, I'll be honest, I was contemplating just running away. Vern is dead. The other Kelowna gunboat's gone. We can't expect anything from there. And as far as I know, there are actually still only 3 gunboats here. One, I don't know what happened to the third one. I assume they're not dead because we didn't get any confirmed kills from the footage that I watched that Gorgaza posted. So I think they just ran away. Maybe they were disabled already, drifting, so they had to book it out of there. But yeah, I mean, at this point, as far as I know, it's a 3-on-1. But we're already close range, 73 meters. We're already within firing distance. If we tried to run, I mean, 2 of these gunboats, once they get their guns on us, they'd be able to disable us when we reach the border. And I know for a fact that considering the amount of gunfire in terms of volume, they must be damaged. So at this point, I toss that thought away and just go straight for it. If it's a 3-on-1, it's a 3-on-1. We'll do our best as best possible and see what happens. Gunner dead hit. Gunner dead hit. Azimuth 0. Aim for the gunner rear. Port side, broadside. Fires the bear. Helm, maintain your course. Okay, so here's the next major decision. We don't turn and pursue that guy, even though we got him by the rear. It's the same logic applies, because he's moving away, he's no longer a threat. And he was moving at such a great speed, you know, if he wanted to reverse, he had to decelerate first to stop and then start reversing. And the reverse speed isn't as fast as their forward speed. So uh, in terms of tactical situation, he's not a threat anymore. We got two good hits off him. We got a 30 mil hit and a mortar hit for no damage in return. I mean, that's good enough. We can deal with him later. He's going away. So now I reacquire the next target that's up ahead, and he's isolated because his two friends are now off going to the west. This guy up in front is all isolated, so we have a one-on-one situation here that we can take. Gunner, target front 346. Helm, maintain your course. Port side, stand by, fire as they bear. Helm, hard left rudder.
Got hit.
Knock that gunner out.
Oh, I'm dead.
Man the gun. Hard left rudder. So here we lose hairless, but Mott immediately gets on it. We're having trouble trying to get the boat around because of the maneuverability of these things, but Red manages to get one last shot to disable them. And once a ship is disabled, they're pretty much as good as dead. If you can't maneuver in naval combat, we get to dictate the terms of the engagement. We get to dictate where we approach you from and when we want to approach you from. So the moment that Red calls out that they're disabled, they're no longer a threat in my mind. It's something we can deal with at a later point in time. As you can see, I was taking a quick look forward away from them, trying to find the other two fellas because they weren't disabled. They were the main threats now. And by this time, they had more than enough time to turn around and start heading towards us. So we're trying to remaneuver to joust for position against those guys that are now becoming new threats. Continue hard left rudder.
They're disabled. Last visual.
New contact bearing 186 heading north. So this is one of the fellas that came back. He went and did a full circle and is now approaching us from the south here. So knowing that one of them disabled, he's not a threat. We can deal with him later. This guy, on the other hand, he's the one that I can see right now. We're gonna go for him. Continue hard left rudder. Helm, make your course 175. Broadside, stand by. Helm, adjust course to 150. Gunner, updated
Roger.
target bearing 130, range 70. They are backing off southeast.
Got it.
All ahead forward.
Closer.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Very minor detail, but very important. The reverse speed on the water gunboat is not as fast as its forward speed. It's not like certain vehicles where forward and back is the same. Which means in this situation here, we are actually faster than them because he's backing off. Which is very rare that we manage to get and chase down a water gunboat. It's usually the other way around. But yeah.
Disabled.
Broadside, fires the bear. Helm, hard left rudder. So right there's the first kill, and the rest of the clips just clean up for the most part.
That sound like
Helm,
kill.
make your course, follow the map border.
Roger.
So here I'm trying to reacquire the target. It takes a little bit longer than what it should, but I've got no more watchmen. I've already lost 2 guys to the combat. And in terms of crew, I only have 1 more gunner. No dedicated watchmen, so we have to make do with what we have. If anybody else has binos, help me look for the. Okay, never mind. Okay, new reacquired. Helm, make a course 300. Gunner, target is 310, drifting west.
300. Got it.
Helm, adjust course 280, all ahead flank.
Roger.
Gunner, target is 288. He's right in front of you. Helm, stand by to slow down.
They're slow.
They're
When
aiming the
red
wrong
starts
way as
firing,
well.
slow down.
They're aiming the wrong way as well.
Okay, all head forward, all head forward. Starboard, broadside, stand by, fires the bear. Good kill.
Sound like ATR.
Okay, let's get out. Get the hell out of here. Right, that was a missed call there when I asked to slow down. We shouldn't have slowed down. I should have asked Pole go all head forward until our starboard gunner got arcs of fire on him, and then we need to slow down to commit. So that at least that way we can commit 2 weapons at any one time. Because right there we were at a disadvantage. They could have shot us with the rear gunner and the turret, whereas we only had the turret working. Yeah, but that was a missed call right there. But basically trying to get alongside them. Once we're alongside them, then there's nothing much they can do. Yeah, focus firing the gunner at the rear. Compared to the front gunner on the Warden gunboat, the guy in the rear is much more exposed. So if we can knock him out, that gives us a very big advantage, especially in that position. So yeah, that's basically it. After that, we just bug the hell out of here. I just tell Paul to get us home. That's the end of that. Yeah, that's the end of this little